everybody. This is SIFU NIKOS podcast. I'm elated to have this man on. His name is Vladimir Sidorov. I will have him explain himself and where he comes from and all that. But again, I am so happy to have you on, man. Let me know who you are, where you're from, and all that good jazz.
I'm practicing martial arts for many years, and I have good friends in St. Louis. So we have met with NIKOS, and I want to say thank you to Justin Mihan, who make this happen, and he's a great man, connecting people together and creating Tai Chi society, Tai Chi, making people together. And we belong to the same Kunyuan school of Tai Chi with him, and we inherited the mastership of Grandmaster Fan Zhijiang. He was living in China, and he passed away in 2012. And after this, we get the lineage of this school, traditional school of martial art, and now we are teaching it around the world, and we are good friends. All people who are practicing Tai Chi according to the idea of our old master are one family. We know each other, and we are practicing a lot, and we know what is happening inside the practice, the theory, the application, the pushing hand, the internal work, meditation, everything. So I think now we have a global society of those who are practicing, and after this pandemic we'll finish, we'll stop, we will have the possibility to move and to enjoy the meeting each other and enjoy crossing our hands and pushing each other and drinking tea. And I have prepared many questions to you, Nicholas. And the first one: is there any good pushing head tournaments in the US? Because we want to come. We want to come. We want to participate. And as far as you know, there is a great tournament in Taiwan. Each 2 years, they have a good multinational family of pushing hand lovers. And I also want the team from the US to come and to participate, because in Taiwan, this is a kind of national sport. This is kind of, so everybody is pushing. Students, police, old people, middle-aged people, kids, women, so everybody. Yeah. Teach everybody. This is a kind of national sport here. And I like the pushing hand in Taiwan very much, because it is a little bit softer, a little bit less like wrestling in the mainland China. So it is a little bit closer to things which I explain in Tai Chi books. In Tai Chi books we have, a little softer. But guys are strong. I love their style very much. I was participating in 3 or 4
So it seems
years.
like they use more principles.
They use more softer skills, changing the force, and but standing is perfect. Standing is perfect. It's great. I think because they eat a lot of fish and, from Pacific Ocean, and have very good health, basically.
Oh yeah.
Or maybe I have another reason for this. I asked them, do you practice forms? These guys in my group, there were younger guys. It was moving, pushing hand, there were no older people like me, like after 40, okay? No, just younger guys. And I asked them, do you practice forms? They say, no, this is for ill people who wanted to recover. We're just pushing hands. And to me, it was amazing. The guy was 25 years old, and 15 years he was pushing maybe 3 or 4 times every week. And it was great, Nicholas. You see, real master. Yeah, young, but very well built, everything together, everything, moving, changing. I love it. I love it. And because of this, I established a pushing hand club, and also we have 2 times every week. We have special class where we just pushing, moving, and fixed step, changing in pairs, and this is for practice. And I believe that maybe next 10 years, the Tai Chi will become more practical.
I do too.
More people will interact. Like there is a great society in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Okay, these guys love each other. They wrestle each other. So we need the same thing in Tai Chi also. So it will become more practical, more understandable. But those who are just watching it for the first time, it will be clear. Oh, this man standing, this man on the floor. Maybe this guy who is standing is a little bit more trained, and okay. More people come to Tai Chi, of course, for meditation, for recreation, and we should also play and teach this part of our art also. So basically, this is what I believe, and this is what I would like to discuss today. So.
Well, beautiful. Me personally, and I just added someone else new onto the group. So hello, Privyat. I hope I'm saying that correctly. Thank you for accepting this. But I had the pleasure. I don't know who all is listening, but I had the pleasure of pushing with Vladimir Sidorov, and that was one of my highlighted moments in my life. You have the root, you have the essence, you have the ability to sense and redirect, and that was something that I really valued, and I did not encounter much because I in the US am considered one of the best, and whenever I faced you, I didn't feel that way. I felt great challenge and great camaraderie, between the two, because you were accepting, you had, you didn't turn it down. And so getting into what you're asking, your question, there are some good push hands in the US. There's one called the World Series of Push Hands. It's a newer one. I'll shoot all that information over to you, and you can make the decision on if you want to come out. I also want to make my way out there to you guys. Okay.
Taiwan, and twice a year we have festival in Russia. So we will be. It will be great to see you here. Yeah.
Yes. Okay, we have another one coming. We have another person coming in. Just again, my name is SIFU Nicholas. We have Vlad here on SIFU NIKOS podcast, and we're just going to be diving into the Tai Chi, push hands, and all that stuff here in a minute. So if you want to chime in, just be sure to chime in, be clear, and speak loud so we can, or not loud, but clear so we can hear you. I am excited to dive in. So because I've never experienced someone with your skill level and push hands, what do you mainly practice? What is your main focus whenever you're practicing? Is it form? Is it depth of your form? The filling? What is your main focal point?
The Hunyuan school is, to which I belong, believes that we have this balance of 50-50. 50% is perception and understanding and practice together with another person to stick, to follow, to be flexible, to be correct in understanding the nature of communication. This,
Right.
I believe that pushing hand is mainly the communication skill. It's a communication skill, because basically we should create an interface between us and follow each other, find the structure, find the movement, find the best possible angle for applying force, find the best moment, okay, and then so it takes time. It takes time. For me personally, I practice pushing hand in terms of competition art. I'm participating in pushing hand competition for 26 years. So I started in 1996, I believe. It was autumn of 1996, and we had the first tournament in Russia, and we all participated, and it was great fun. We cannot move after maybe 10 or 15 rounds. The first day, I cannot move. I was on the floor, and I cannot move because it was so hard. People from outside, they cannot believe that this soft movement in 10 minutes you can lose 2 kilos of weight, and you really have the feeling that it was, I don't know, it was like you are done great and hard job, and like it's like wrestling, like boxing. You cannot believe from outside that this pushing is so hard for your body.
Yeah, you wouldn't. If
And
you looked at it,
nobody believes. They see it on the screen, and they say, "What?
Yeah, they're like, what?
Why are they breathing? Why are they breathing? They just softly touch each other, and why are they breathing? They should go to the square and practice running to improve their
Cardio
just
system,
breathing."
right.
Yeah, they
Right.
don't believe that this 100 kilos guy can create almost half of the 50 kilos of in
Pressure.
pushing. They don't
Right.
believe this. Nobody believes. Okay, nobody believes, and they laughing. Oh, okay, I say, guys, yeah, you should try. And they come to the pushing hand club, and after 2 minutes they say, what is it? Why I'm
So-
good, I'm good. But
So
how
what
is
I-
possible?
What I think is you found an obsession with the art, and because it was unlike other things. Because other things, if I go do jumping jacks or push-ups, I'm gonna see my muscles getting bigger and this and that. But in push hands, you can't see the surface as well. You don't understand why they're breathing hard, or why are their legs burning, or and all this other stuff. So I think you became obsessed with the art, and wanted to figure out how to connect your spiritual, emotional, your physical, and that's what I feel. When I felt your push hands, it was like no other push hands I've ever experienced. And for anyone on here that's listening, I'm tooting my own horn, but I would be considered one of the best in the US. What's that? Hello.
Hello, everybody.
Hello. But I would be considered one of the best in the US, and I faced, and I hold on, I'm gonna mute you.
Nikos, maybe you turn off the
Yeah, I muted him.
sound.
Yeah. I'll bring you back on. I'm considered one of the best, and I had the most problem with Vlad because it wasn't just push hands with him. It was a spiritual, emotional connection. He shuts off the outside world and exists within the moment.
In the moment.
And I really do think that is a lost thing that needs to be reinvested into, because I had never experienced someone that was, let's just say this, feeling the skin move and just rolling off of things and adjusting in microseconds. I mean, you did all of that. So I think you became obsessed with the art, and then you took it to the very next level. So when you were training as a younger kid or younger man, did you find any other teachers, or did you stick to your main? What was your first teacher or your first art that you got into?
The first I started from boxing and karate and aikido, and then I come to Chinese martial art, and it was Bhagavad for many years. You know this funny thing, moving in circle. Yeah. And I love it, and I love it because it's good for the health. And then maybe in 10 years after the beginning, I started to practice pushing hand. And then after maybe almost 20 years from beginning, I found a good teacher in China, great teacher in China, Master Fan Zhijian, and he introduced me to conceptions of meditation, Dantian, the center, the dynamic structures, the silk reeling, the stepping, the spiral force, all these things which create an internal structure of Tai Chi, the self-regulation in Tai Chi, the health improvement in Tai Chi, all things like this. Basically, Neigong. So the best teacher is in I see in Hunyuan school, and Fan Zhijian, and my Shifu, Pan Ho Chen. I'm training with him, and he got me into the family, and I'm like his son, because we talk and we practice together when I come to China, and he's trying to transmit all.
Someone just came on, and I had to mute you real quick, just so I can hear the rest of what Vlad was saying. Vlad, I think you have to unmute yourself real quick. Sorry. Yeah, I clicked all mute on accident. So sorry about that. So hello, for greetings and privyet to everyone coming on. We were just talking about Vlad's first teachings and what he had led into. And it sounds like me that the most recent teacher that you were talking about really tied it all in for you, really helped you make sense of it all.
Yeah. You see, in the year 2005, I have a great personal crisis. I wanted to finish all these things because I was teaching for 10 years and I lost direction, and all things will become not important to me. I haven't any good direction, any good teacher, any good. And at this moment, I find the good teacher, and he was almost 80 years old.
Oh wow!
And at this moment, I was trying to push him, and it was nothing. It was nothing. It was just like pushing something, until he responded to my force. I was on my legs. After this, I usually go to the floor, and it was amazing because 80 years old and old master, okay, but he was faster, smarter, and more fluent, and more clever, and more emotionally involved in all this. And I said, how is this possible? How it could be? You 3 times older than me,
right?
And how it's possible? And he said, okay, this is their internal. The more you practice inside, the more abilities you have. And in the age of 60, in the age of 70, in the age of 80, you will have higher level. I said, teacher, done. Yeah. I won. Yes.
I did.
Yes. Because I want, when I will be 70, 80 years old, I want come to the training room and said, okay, guys, youngsters, I want to teach you some clever things. And those who want to push me and who want on the floor, I will push also. So, and it was amazing. It was amazing because this old man was consist of energy, like an energy ball. He was moving like energy ball from this side to this side and turning, rotating, changing all the time. And big heart like this, okay? Loving people, laughing all the time and telling clever things. And I said to myself, perfect. I want to be like him. I want to be like him. I accept. Yeah.
So it seems like that sort of energy really, I mean, whatever gift that man held, you took every bit of it. Because I have rarely ever pushed anyone and saw their essence within their pushing. You were the first person that I was able to feel on a deeper level. And when you were doing your form and your breakdowns and all that stuff, I could see that you cared about what you were teaching and it meant something to you. It wasn't just, oh, I'm going to show you. Okay, now we move on. You literally were taking time to care and invest in each individual person. That's a beautiful.
This is Nick. This is the only problem in our art. It gives you health. It makes you clever. It makes you loving. It makes you happy. But there is a problem here. It takes time. It takes time to practice.
Yes.
Otherwise you can. You should practice every day as a professional teacher.
Yeah.
You should practice many hours every day. It takes your life. It takes your lifetime. But instead of this, you get all these nice things.
Right.
Nice things. Because it is very good investment. You invest the time of your life and you get a lot of beautiful fruits.
Oh,
which
yeah.
then you can share and say, okay, youngsters, okay, you have form and you have pushing hand and you have philosophy, everything. So
yeah, you have the works. All right, I'm going to do another one. Everybody that joined in, it seems like Mr. Vladimir is very popular. We're just kind of delving into what I've experienced with Vlad and kind of his experience in the art and where he takes it and what he believes it to be. And I'm so happy to have him on. And so where I want to take this next, because I truly believe that I don't want you to come and do push hands over here because I still want to be one of the best. but in all seriousness, I think that you really should come do some tournaments and workshops because I think people need to experience your holistic level. And that's what you were saying is this art takes time. So anyone that wants to do Tai Chi or push hands or anything in regards to that has to realize step one is accepting this new lifestyle, is accepting that this is the beginning of something totally new. You have to leave the ego out the door. You have to leave what you think you knew and just come with a fresh pair of eyes and a fresh heart that's ready to love and learn and accept. And I think that your form is something that allows people to do that, to allow to, you shed that ego, you shed that problem. How often do you recommend someone practicing their forms?
In what I teach now, I prefer to talk about principles.
Yeah.
Some of these principles, they require separate time, but basic ones don't. Basic ones don't. The first principle is vertical line and trying to be in the center and trying to be a little bit moving to the sky and relaxing. You can practice this all the time, all the time. My old teacher, we never seen him like this, or like this, or like this, or like this. He was always like this, in the center, in the center. He was always meditating like this. And at the same time, to the floor, it was great pressure to the floor and little movement to the sky and relaxing always. When he was sitting, he said, "Oh, youngsters, come and try to push me." And we were trying to push him sitting like this. Nothing, nothing. It was structured in just having conversation or having dinner. He was always sitting like this. We can practice this all the time. Then the center, breathing like a baby. We have baby breathing in Qigong, and we move our center all the time, all the time, all the time. And it is small movement. It is not separated with the spine. It is segregated from the spine. Here we have some movement. And these two basic things. We should always breathe with our belly, and we should always upright. Two basic things. Everybody needs this. It's so natural.
It's fundamental.
It's so natural. Yeah, sure. Then we should open and close, open and close, open and close. We should connect our movement to our hands and to breathing, Center, hands, and weight together. And maybe opposite, the same to the, we have two directions. We can open wide and we can close very tight, very tight. To the small point in the center, we can close, 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 close. This is art of opening and closing the energy. So these two things, there are moments in our life when we should open our heart to the people and say, okay, people, come in, I have a great heart. And sometimes we should close very tight, because sometimes we need all our energy to survive in the moment, to find the decision, to be precise, to be in the moment, in the point, not open, but close, 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 close. So this is art of opening and closing, concentration and deconcentration. And all people need this, because in the time of peace and rest, we should open. In the time of solving problems, we should try to concentrate, to be in the moment, to find the decision, to be responsible. So it's different, two different things. And people who believe that Qigong is always opening the heart, this is not true. We should open and close when it is, when we
it's safer that way.
Yeah. There are two basic things. And move in circle, move in circle, move in circle. So move in spiral, move in spiral. So everything should be like our old teacher always was saying, guys, just I'm not telling you anything new. You know, the sky is moving in circle. The earth is moving in circle. The air is moving in circle. the blood is moving in circle when moving from your heart, okay? Everything moves in circle, in spiral. So you should meditate on this. Just try to be a little bit more circular, a little bit more soft. Otherwise, nature is not protecting you. Nature is protecting you when you are soft, when you are moving in circle, when we are trying to be as gentle as possible, as soft as possible. But of course, there is a hardness inside this softness. But outside, try to be nice to people. Try to be nice to yourself. Try to be gentleman. Okay, this is not a new conception. But if you are trying to be nice, it always creates nice surroundings, nice atmosphere around, a nice aura. Okay, you should try to be soft. Okay, and then the art of moving, the steps. Basically, all new schools of Tai Chi and all schools of Qigong, they are standing. In old days, they say you should always take care about your legs. You should move like in Bhagavad. Or you come to the class and you have dynamic Qigong. It means you are moving 1 hour and a half. Moving, steps. You should connect to the lower body. Stepping is another part. And then you should do steps and be circular and be opening and closing at the same time. This is complete, and meditating. This is complete art. So finally, you just like any other person in the park, you're just moving steps, doing steps, this small circular movement, connecting to other people. So you are happy, and it looks like no art involved. It becomes natural. It becomes natural.
The question was, how often do you practice? And what you just said is all the time, every day.
I'm trying to explain to the people usually that basically you should find some time for yourself to connect you to the nature, to internal peace, to internal world, and then you can be happy anywhere, anytime. Maybe this is just 5 minutes of meditation, of breathing, of opening and close. I'm showing them these exercises, and I'm telling them, please try to find maybe in the morning when you wake up, find 15 minutes, 10 minutes, half an hour to practice. And before you go to bed, create some space between your daily life and your experience when you're sleeping, when you're having a rest. Try to rest before you go to rest. Okay, try to relax. Try to make the circulation of blood, and then more and more. Then when you have some experience, try to teach these techniques, because if you teach these techniques, it's good for your understanding. And then maybe try to show this art to other people, and maybe go to the festival and compare what you understand to the understanding of others. So all these things start from small, maybe 15 minutes, it's great. Then more and more. For me personally, I believe that maybe if I have some energy, I maybe go to bed in 11 o'clock, and maybe at 3 o'clock I wake up and I have some ideas to practice. I practice, get some food, and go to bed again. So it's possible, that I wake up in the night, I will practice, because this is kind of worship for me. This is kind of meditation, of praying, this is kind of a very spiritual thing. That's kind of connection to the nature and super nature.
See, that's what I love about your explanation and your teaching, because you're not just teaching something physical, you're actually teaching like a way to be, opening your heart to, accepting love and closing it to maybe bad forces or negative things, stay strong. And that also shows a deep principle of hard and soft, yin yang, kind of coinciding, working together. Right. And so I really appreciate that level of knowledge that you're giving, because you're not just showing the physical, you're also showing how it applies to your daily lifestyle. What you're putting in your body, what you're eating, what you're seeing, what you're reading, and really, what you're drinking, and taking time to do that. So do you find it difficult to teach that sometimes, what you're saying?
I usually ask people, what questions do you have? What are you want? What is your daily needs? What do you want from the art? What? And some of them, basically, they say, okay, we want to recover. We want to have a rest. We need a space where we can be natural, and where we can relax, and where we can stop internal talk, and stop this emotional floor, and just a little bit, or maybe not stop, but let it be, but not be involved in this. Okay,
right.
Let it go, let it be, and relax a little bit. So the first thing is and it becomes but it's very natural for Tai Chi, for Qigong. Basically, it was created for human beings to have a rest. Everything else, when we have a rest and we recreate, we have new, fresh energy, and then we can play and do some fun things and educational things, anything. But basically, to recover, people can, and we have this. If we practice for many years, we are relaxed, and all the teachers, all great teachers, they have this aura of relaxation around. People just sitting near, and they already feel better. Already feel better, because teacher is practicing a lot, and when you are sitting near to him, you feel good. Life becomes better just being near to all these people who practice on the daily basis, on the hour basis, many years. The same for me. I come to teacher and I say, oh, great. He's full of this happiness inside. His cells are happy. His inside world is happy. He has very nice emotional and nice mental and nice physical, just positive, always positive. So he said, just practice, and all negative things will turn to positive ones, and it will show you that you are doing your art in the proper way. If you are practicing the proper way, all negative things become positive things, because they change their nature. This is a great thing about Tai Chi. So basically, I don't feel it's hard or to teach. Sometimes what is difficult here is responsibility, because teachers come and say, oh, okay, how to do this and how to do this, and it takes time. It's no hard, but it takes time, and it takes energy and mental energy. So we teachers should remember about having rest, having a meal, having recreation also, recreation from recreation. Okay? Because it's, for
Yeah.
me personally, I started this year, I started to swim. Again, I was not swimming for maybe 20 years, but after COVID, I recovered, and I have a dream. And in the dream, the voice said me, please go to the club and swim.
And swim.
I'm not swimming for 20 years, but the voice was telling, go to the swimming pool and swim. And I did it, and I'm happy, more happy, because I have swimming again, and this is great time, great pleasure.
It is.
And music, all things like this. Also, I play flute and these drums, and so many things. So
Tai Chi really helped you find yourself outside of it, outside of it, right? But it really helped you find harmony in other things like swimming and music and the world that exists outside of that.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Because it is the same inside and outside. It is not two different worlds. We are the part of this world. So everything what we have inside, we have it outside, and vice versa. And our and the world is sending people to us and sending situation to us. So we are happy to find decisions, and like Justin is saying, swimming in people.
Yes.
Like,
Yeah, that's a good way to say it. Swimming through and in. I love it. So let's go back to push hands, because there's a lot of people on my channel and in my circle that know who you are through me. And because every single person asks, Nick, because I teach seminars like you, I teach seminars all across my nation.
Yeah. I see.
Yeah, I'm moving.
We are all on Facebook, and we see.
Moving and grooving. And so everybody always asks, they're like, man, is there anyone that can beat you? I'm like, well, there's one guy, and his name is Vlad. So I'm always telling people about you and who you are. But one question that I never got to ask you a while ago is, why do you keep a longer stance? Do you find that you have more ability? Because when we pushed, you don't have a shorter stance. Do you find more ability to balance there because there's more going on?
It depends. When we are standing, we have different levels. We have different levels of our stance. We have the super legs together. Legs together is a great. Two legs like one, and it gives us very good internal connection. And if we have this internal connection, in China there is discussion of smaller frame and bigger frame. The smaller frame is legs together. It is the same in Xingyi, in Bagua, in smaller styles of Tai Chi. They have this very well built structure, small one, and I find it very helpful and good for the health to have internal connection. You close as well as we in fight. We need to be close. We should as like peekaboo style in boxing. Just a little bit open and again closed. Just a little bit open and maybe cover, okay? Mike Tyson style, never open.
Never.
It's never open. Okay, so this is, sure. This is the best. This is to survive. If we have, but also we have problems of our energy to circulate, and we have this open structures. Open structures are also good for our body. It is not for surviving. It is for longer range. If we will move, we will turn and open. When we need range, when we need space, we should open. And the more we open, the more structure we have here, and also in legs. In legs, the same. The big opening of hip joints is good, but it takes time to open them. Usually, many people come to the training and they cannot open quad.
Mm.
They cannot. It's not flexible here. It's not moving. But it takes time to close and to open. And usually the worst partner in pushing hand is the partner who can close tight and open wide.
Yeah.
In the moment, this is the worst, because it can change the situation from long range to short range and again and back. This is like a big picture of martial art. We have jab, yeah, and it is long range thing. You should open, you should move your shoulder forward, and you should open wide, and here the same. You should have big stance and small stance according to situation. Sometimes closed, sometimes open, and you should be very clever and very well trained to apply this according to situation, not to your own decision, but
Right.
according to what is required now. Okay, long range or short range, inside or outside. So you can never know. Yeah, you should have all the resources ready, big steps and small ones. So it's better to be prepared for both. Long range also sometimes
So that,
it's good.
Is that why you keep that longer stance when you're pushing?
I prefer open stance.
More open, right?
Fixed step.
Yeah.
In moving step, no. In moving step, no. You should more together. Yeah. More faster changing. But in standing, you can change weight a lot, and you can move your hip joints a lot here, and you have a lot of energy here. So in fixed step, bigger stance. In moving step, smaller. So I think this is the answer.
Yeah. No, you answer it very well, because I enjoyed it. I think that was an amazing moment in my life to be able to deal with something of that caliber. What is your worst experience? Meaning, who has bested you?
We have a big school in China, and there are a lot of very well trained guys here, and there are some tournaments in mainland China. I would be happy to participate one day, but not now. Because it's very high level. There are a lot of professionals, some people who work in police, in special forces, security agencies, who are training hard, very hard guys. And in China also, and if they are showing their art in pushing hand, it is very hard to beat them, very hard. It is
Very
no
tough.
space to enter, and it's very difficult to move them to the FTS. Okay, so there are a lot of experts, and I believe people practicing for the lifelong period, and they are very well experienced. And train and they're thinking in a efficient way.
Right.
So this is a thing which I'm telling to the young people, that we have a very long career in pushing hand. 10 years, 20 years, 30 years, 40 years, you will be able to apply your pushing hand ability and show it to other people and compare. So this 40 years of experience is meaning a lot in terms of making good decisions. This is true. But maybe when I was younger, I couldn't do things which I can do now, because it comes with time, this experience.
How long have you been doing Tai Chi?
Tai Chi, martial art for 34 years, and Tai Chi pushing hand for 26 years.
Wow. So almost as long as I've been alive.
Yeah. Yeah. And teachers in China, they practice lifelong and becomes better and better. So yeah. I believe we have the same career. Nicholas, thank you very much. Thank you very much. It was my pleasure.
Definitely.
It was my pleasure. Yeah.
I appreciate you coming on to this and chatting with me, because I wanted to just get a little bit, about you. And
always ready. Chat Tai Chi with you is a great pleasure.
Before we go, is there anyone that had any quick questions or anything like that? If you don't, just email me or text me or send Vlad a email or text.
Sure. I think yeah. Maybe next time we will have questions and maybe yeah.
Well, good.
Thanks a lot.
Thank you very much. Hey, you have a wonderful day. I really appreciate you. Okay.
Yeah. Thanks a lot. Hope to see you soon in reality.
Yes. Hey, so that tournament, I'll let you know when that is, because it's in March.
Sure.
I just don't know the date. Yeah. All right.
Great.
Bye, guys.